Hey guys, how are we doing today? I'm back at you again with another movie review, and today I want to talk about the documentary No Other Land, directed by Basil Ardra, Hamad Balal, Yuval Abraham, and Rachel Sizor. And this follows Basil and Yuval, as Basil's village, which is in Masafar Yatta, is constantly destroyed illegally by the Israeli government. And you basically get to see on a very micro scale what is happening in the macro picture of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which has been going on for years. And this movie is currently playing in a one-week theatrical run at the Lincoln Center. So definitely if you're in New York, you got to check this one out. And that's why I wanted to get on here and review this film, because this is definitely going to be one of the most essential documentaries of the entire year. I felt very similarly watching this film as to when I watched 20 Days in Mariupol last year, considering what that was about and the conflict that it is kind of, chronicling here. I think this very well could be the front runner to win Best Documentary Features at the Oscars come next year. And my goodness, it would totally be deserved, because this is such an unrelenting portrait that's often funny, just in these very genuine kind of human moments, as it is heartbreaking and sobering and devastating. I mean, seeing what these people have to go through and being forced upon by the Israeli government at every step of the way is just so unbelievably shocking. I mean, we know this stuff is going on, but I think actually seeing it and being exposed to it definitely gives me a whole other perspective, especially seeing what these people have to go through and how they still kind of rally together as a community after all that they've gone through. And it's kind of amazing, because it's like these people, these Palestinians, have been here for years, technically illegally, but this is their land that they grew up on, and who is to say that that should be taken away from them? Certainly not the Israeli government, because from my understanding they're also violating the Geneva Code when they come in and start destroying their homes, literally destroying these homes that these people are forced to live in caves. It is just so unbelievable to even think that this is happening to such a, strong and hardworking people. And the lengths that you see the government go to just take them down and ruin their lives is so disheartening. And I really think this movie excellently captures the ambivalence that the Israeli government has towards these people. There's even one soldier who's like, they ask him, why are you doing this? He's like, well, it's the law. I don't really have to question it. And man, just to see how institutionalized these people are, that they are brainwashed by the Israeli government to commit these atrocities with, no skin off their nose whatsoever. It's really kind of saddening to have that put into perspective. But I really have to shout out Basil and Yuval, because these guys' tireless dedication to what they're doing is what is just so amazing. It brings out the best in humanity, especially Basil, man. I mean, his character and the way he evolves throughout the film is so inspiring and also heartbreaking at the same time, because you get a sense he has to stand up for his village, he has to stand up for his family, but at what cost does it take on his personal life? And I really think the deep exploration into his psyche and what he's going through is really just so unbelievably moving, and anchors you into this movie emotionally for sure. But all the other villagers too, there's so many people who feel so well fleshed out, and the conversations that they have, what is this journalism really doing to help them at the end of the day? And I love that these conversations take place within this film, because it really strikes at the heart of the issue of what is going on over in Palestine, and the fact that we can shed a light on it all we want, but how is this actually going to help these people at the end of the day? Now, I do think that this movie is certainly activism in motion, considering that two of the main subjects are the directors on this film, and I really love that they are able to put this out there for all to see, and are constantly out there with their tireless activism in these communities, rebuilding these homes, doing all these things But yet again, especially for Basil, like, the opportunities that are taken away from him because of who he is and the situation that he's in is just, I don't think anyone should have to deal with that. And especially some of the things that happen to these people. I mean, you see some very disturbing images that don't shy away from the real brutality of these situations and the toll that it takes on these people's lives. I do think the movie, at least for me, took a little while to get into. The footage got a little repetitive, but man, I think by the end it just left such a strong impression on me. Like, everyone in the theater could definitely feel the collective weight of what we were watching unfold in front of us, and there's just so many shocking moments that really I don't think I'm ever going to forget. These people are a testament to human strength and resilience, the fact that they continue to fight back against their oppressors, and I really do hope that this movie shines a light on what is really happening in Palestine. If this isn't a case as to the fact that Palestine should be free, I don't know what else is. And I really love that Yuval is an Israeli journalist, and there's some really interesting conversations surrounding his ethnic background and what he's doing there, especially considering how at odds these two countries are in the history that has been long formed at this point. And I just have to give it to those guys, all the filmmakers and all the people of Masafariata. I mean, you guys are an inspiration to the entire world, and I really wish you the best. I definitely want to, hopefully contribute in some way in the future, because, a lot of times we watch these kinds of movies and do nothing about it, but this really opened my eyes to a lot of things that perhaps I wasn't necessarily aware of, or that I wasn't going out of my way to look up. And I really have to thank these filmmakers and these people once again. And yeah, guys, definitely check this one out if you're in New York and it's playing here, because No Other Land is one of the most essential pieces of documentary filmmaking that you're going to see this year, and certainly for the rest of this decade. And I'm going to give No Other Land an 8.5 out of 10. I really did love this movie, and I don't think that once you see this you will ever forget this harrowing, moving, funny, but just incredibly human piece of filmmaking. So let me know what you think of No Other Land down in the comments below, if you have seen it, or if you are excited to see this film when it does come out. I can't believe it doesn't have a distributor yet, so the fact that I was able to see this, I knew I had to take the opportunity and do it, and I'm very glad I did. Thank you to the folks over at Lincoln Center for having this available for people to watch. And yeah, guys, until the next video, I'll talk to you soon, and please take it easy.